Hi everyone, sorry I don't have a proper Tate's thoughts at the moment. There was a issue when I was sorting out my files and I renamed something I shouldn't have, and it did irreversible damage to my character animator puppets. I've got some puppets saved, but they're like the very original, very clunky, not usable ones. So I'm unable to use them. But I thought I would use this to give me a good opportunity and actually show you a little bit of how I make the puppets and what I use to edit them. I'm using the Adobe suite, so if you don't have them, there are alternatives to the Adobe suite, but you're going to have to ask around for them because I don't use much of them. The only one I know is Clip Studios. Is a good substitute for Photoshop if you're an artist. And I also know that there are a lot of film editing software to use as well, so if you don't have these software, you could find alternatives. This is just the software I use to make my Tate Thoughts videos, and the steps it takes to actually make these puppets and animate with them. Up to a certain point. I don't want this to go on for too long, so I'm just going to move on to it now. I hope you enjoy, and the reason I'm not doing this character scene thing again is because it just doesn't fit me, so hopefully you enjoy this video, and if you do, leave a like, comment, and maybe share it, I don't know. But yeah, this is a wee sneak peek at the process I use to make these puppet videos. Hope you enjoy. Oh, and I sped up a wee bit, so if there's a wee squeakiness to the voice, that's the reason why. Hello everyone and welcome to the video. Now recently my character animator I renamed one of my folders and my file crashed. So I need to remake my character puppets from scratch. Well, need to reconnect all the pieces from scratch. So anyway, I thought I would actually use this situation to let you know how I actually make these puppets. First off, need to open them. Now, I do use the Adobe suite for my videos, only because I had the situation to do it. Though these puppets were actually made using Clip Studios and then converted into Photoshop files. I'll just open one up to let you see. Photoshop takes forever. Anyway, here we go. Oh yeah, copy D. Each puppet is made out of 100 different folders and style. For my original puppet, I got the template from the Adobe character animator thing. Though it should be easy to figure out. Basically, you've got your main folder, which is your head. Now, depending on what type of puppet you want, you can either have the head move with the puppet, like a neck, or you can have the head bubble. If in the situation where you want the head separate from the body, you place an plus here, and then if you moved it into character animator and moved your head, bingo bongo, you got a moving head there. Now this is like my very old idea to have like all the pieces separate, so this isn't even a full Tate. Like if I select here and then make sure it doesn't auto select and move up, there's like nothing below him. This is one of the early drawings of Tate. I actually did this in Clip Studio, but because the system requires the Adobe package, well, I had to change it into Photoshop, which was easy. It was just like save it into a different file. But yeah, each one of the movement pieces are a different layer. And not just layer, but different folders as well. Like you got your eyes, you got your blinks, and this was made on like a drawing program, so it's a normal based art piece, meaning I just drew it digitally. So not much to know about the original Tate, except he was originally a blue husky, which I could like bring up from here if I can. Here we go. Not showing that. Tate was originally meant to be a brown husky, but the design changed over time. So when it came to redesign him, I wanted a design that actually could be made into a puppet and movable originally. And as for how it went, it actually worked for what I was going for. It was a lot harder than I thought it was going to be. So I kept on working until I got his newer design, which was more vector-based art than traditional drawing. And what vector-based means, it's basically just more computer. I'll show you what I mean. Nope, wrong thing. That photo should have been deleted. Tate's redesign. This is a better explanation of vector art. As normal art tools like Photoshop and other software programs uses, how do I explain? For a vector image, everything is done by calculations, or widths, sides, hints, and even when drawing. Everything's done by a calculation. Like if I select here, everything can be movable and everything can be undone. I can also make the lines thinner, which I probably should have done like a wee bit earlier. And I can change it without drawing. I've been meaning to make the lines thinner, so just doing it quickly. Apart from the mouth. And fixed. Just the lines for the body is gonna be kept the same because the thick lines actually help with the jacket when it moves. Whereas the hands and paws, I realised left the same length. That's the clothes, which doesn't really look right. So I just quickly fixed that. Anyway, after quickly fixing this, I'm going to take it into Character Animator and show you how it works. Oh, and also, layers, 2 headpieces. I'm going to speed this bit up when I actually edit. So, but yeah, main difference between vector and normal is with vector you can edit it with the lines, the tones, the colors, the shades and all that without actually drawing over the top. It's more of a pain to make, but it's much more satisfying because when you're done with vector, I'm going to scale up and show you. All the lines is calculated. Oh, that wasn't meant to be. All the lines are calculated base, so nothing blurs. Whereas if you like work on a canvas like this, when you zoom right in, everything starts to blur because of the size I made the canvas. A vector-based image is more calculations and points and angles, so it doesn't blur. Oh, did not mean that. So yeah, the main difference between the two is a Photoshop image will blur when you zoom right in, while a vector-based thing like Illustrator won't blur because of its calculated base system. It saves by data calculated, not like the actual pixels. One's pixel art and one's calculative art. Hope I'm making sense because I'm getting confused myself. Anyway, now that I've fixed some of it, apart from the tail, need to fix the tail. You know what, I can go back and fix the tail later. Let's move it on to animator. I made this background myself, so character animator can take a while to upload, so I'm not sure how long it's going to take. And here we are. Now, you want to make a folder for your project you're working on, either character file or stage assets. Like seen here. I've put a character file and stage assets here. That way, when I put them in. Oh, and these are from a video I have not actually finished or finished the script on. It was an idea that never went through. But anyway, each one of my stage assets, apart from one green screen and the TARDIS design, is done in Illustrator. This is to keep like a consistency and to save data and save storage space. Back to character animator. Need to import the puppets. So Tate and Leo YT, and you can import either an Adobe Illustrator package or a Photoshop. You can even do Clip Studios if you have it, but yeah, I just recommend converting it to a Photoshop document, despite the fact you'll lose some information on it. Anyway, import. Takes a little while. Drag in. And there you go. You got the heads and the bodies. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a create a swap set. This will allow me to swap between the heads. Need to rename. And there you go. Make this one 1, and then add the second to trigger. Let's right click, they update it. And let's say this one's going to be activated when I hit 2. Number 1's the default, and latch them both. With latch, you click it and then they stay the exact same. And just to test that it's working, you want to drag it in. Like, see? Like, the head moves and all that. But clicking doesn't do anything. And even having the head, as you can see, it dangles with the body. And I'm covering up my face at the moment because I want to save that for later. But yeah, it doesn't blink. The eyes don't move. Mainly because they're not being set. Or if they have been set, they've been set to the wrong head. Oh, no, they have been set, but just to this head. That's an easy fix. You go back to Rig, and then when you click on the first head, you scroll down, and then you can see this little headpiece. You click that. As for the front head, you have to click the front. Then when you go back, you can see the eye movements as well. And they both blink. Now onto the second piece. Testing, 1, 2, 3. Yep, lips are reading well. I might have to go back in and make the chin a little bit thinner in the line density, but apart from that, chin's working. Now that that's near enough sorted, need to move on to actually crowning the head. This will make it a separate layer from the body. But make sure to go into like the face and change the head position strength so it doesn't fly off the shoulders. You might also want to change some of these depending on what type of thing you do. If you want your puppet to be like really fast moving, then try tampering with it. This is just how I do my character. Oh, and you will also see that my head rotates like from the center. Easy fix. You just go back to the head and then you drag it down to the body. That way when you go back onto this, it no longer rotates from the center, but rotates from the bottom, which is much more handy because it actually allows you to have more control and your head doesn't fly off everywhere. Anyway, now on to like another bit. We need to make the ears a lot more pleasant while movement, because with gravity there isn't always a center of movement. So get to the right ear, move the center point downwards, and here are dangle tools. You click one here and one here. Let's see how that looks like. And when the ear moves, as you can see, there's a small little dangle. You can't see this in the left one, and it doesn't tamper between files. So, and it's also editable. No, nah, not edible, editable. You can go down to physics here and change gravity strength to make it go a different direction. You can change wind. So if it's a windy day, you can move all. And you can also change wind strength, how fast the winds blow in. So, yeah, you can do a lot, and there are a lot of things I'm not going to show you at the moment, but it'll take a long time to rig my puppet. Such as the other ear, wrong thing. Dangle here, dangle there. And I made that common mistake. Now, time for me to tell you about locks. With locks, these, or pins, these will keep it like fixed to the side, so it won't fly off. As seen here, it still moves, it still dangles, but it doesn't fly off. Much easier to like control. Now, onto the other rig piece. I'm not going to rig it all, I'm just going to give you like a hint because this video has already gone on too long. And I've already started spewing nonsense. So, how about I just show you... not really sure what to show you actually. I've already showed you the basics. I'll look at the eyes, see if there's any problems. Oh, eyelids. I'll just quickly tell you how to create a trigger. Just right click, no, and then go down to create trigger. Then when you're in here, let's see, this one is just a normal eyelid, so I'm gonna go with S. So when I click S, that one's gonna show. And make sure to put it on latch, otherwise the second you let go of S, it's just gonna move. Oh, and as for the heads, I forgot. Hide others in group. Wait, wrong thing? Nope, never mind, that was my mistake. It takes me a while to actually make these. There's a lot of like placing and movements and testing. Because like if you see here, I mess one thing up, the whole puppet goes nuts. So I need to go and fix this right away. Don't know. Okay, this should be easy. Okay, the head's there. Still got a problem. But anyway, this is just a wee teaser of how I make my puppets. It's a lot harder just to make sure they work well, because, well, even for like movements of the puppets, here you have, well, it's not that hard. Let's say I want to make the puppet scale larger. Simple. Here. Let's say I want him to like move. I change the position. I move the position here. The axis make it go back to the way it was. And if I want like a long movement, I can just put, like, say scale, I want him to grow. I put scale there, then I move it into a timeline where I want him to grow. And to make it into his head, I'll also make position X. Oh wait, that's side. Under. Position Y. Makes more sense. Make sure to put like the stopwatch on. Otherwise your character will like switch and might just revert back. So here, roughly where it's and let's watch it. It's slow, but that's no worry, because we can actually move the anchor points in the timeline closer. So here's the quick version. Oh, I click record. Oops. Well then, let's record something then. Hello, welcome to Tate and Leo with your host Tate, and I hope you have a great day. I'll catch you later. Bye. Now, let's play it back and see how it looks. Hello, welcome to Tate and Leo with your host Tate, and I hope you have a great day. I'll catch you later. Bye. Okay, that seems to have worked. Now, I think I'm gonna end the video here, because there's only so much I can show you. There is a lot of work that goes into these puppets. I've just shown you the base art, and I still need to figure out what's wrong with Tate's like bottom half, because it seems to be dragging. That should be fixable if I find the anchor point I might have accidentally placed. But anyway, this is oh wait, I'll do one more thing before I go. Find the arm. Left arm. Create a draggable point. This is how I move everything. Make the bases here. Don't want it too far in. Need to fix it so it doesn't like go worse, because you can see the orange is kind of dabbling over the black line, which might be easy to fix later on. Anyway, if you made it this far through, thank you for watching. This is Tate. Hello, welcome to Tate. I'm not good at this. This is unscripted. I'm over here. And I'll fix the eye gaze. It's better you put on keyboard settings or mouse, depending on which one you prefer. So anyway. This is Tate signing out, and I hope you have a great day. And remember to stay creative. No wait, that's another person's thing. This is Tate signing out, and I hope you have a wonderful day. And thank you for watching this far into the video. And if you find this kind of interesting, maybe share, like, and comment and see how much I can get. That way I can test and see how good this actually is. If it's well enough, I might actually make this into a series and I'll write a script for it. This was kind of like a on the spot thing, but I hope you have a great day, and bye. Why did my phone go off?